As Kevin just showed you, he taught you how we studied The Catcher in the Rye by using a study guide packet enlarged on the SmartBoard. I, however, will teach you how we studied the K by using a PowerPoint presentation on the SmartBoard. In our class, we first learned about the exposition. The exposition is the place where the reader is introduced to the main characters. In the exposition, the meaning of the exposition was discussed and shared throughout the class discussions. As we moved on, we were introduced to the introduction of the main theme. As you may know, the main theme supports the main idea. Each student contributed their thoughts on the main idea in our class discussions. And then we learned about the rising action. The rising action leads up to the climax, or the turning point in the book. Moving up to the roller coaster, as what people call it, they also call it the Big Bang or the Big Kahuna. When we discussed the rising action, we didn't always agree, but we found the rising action that fit. And then, as we moved along, we learned about the climax, the turning point in the book. In the climax, we used the integration of the SmartBoard for open discussions, and we found out that SmartBoard was a valuable tool. After the climax, we learned about the outcome, or the resolution in the book. We focused on the concentration of our details based on our predictions. Then we recognized what the outcome really was. Then after the outcome, we learned about the theme analysis. We focused in on two major themes: senseless human hatred and racism is senseless. We saw that these two themes focused on the main character's perspective. As we looked at the main character's perspective, we saw that it connected to the character analysis, text-to-text, text-to-self, and text-to-world. And then, as we moved on, we learned about the point of view. The students usually struggled about this because they thought the point of view was their point of view. But in the class discussions, we learned that the point of view is the main character's perspective on the book. And then, the last thing we learned about was the important quotes. The important quotes, we looked at the SmartBoard, and we saw that they connected to the main character's perspective. We saw that it connected to either part of the book, whether it be the rising action, the climax, or the outcome. And we also saw that it connected to the character analysis, again, to text-to-text, text-to-self, and text-to-world. And then after we learned about this, we came to an end. And all in all, when we used the SmartBoard, we saw that it took our learning to a new level.